problem that we have in Egerton, like all other universities, is not on management and governance, but funding. The amount that we give Egerton University in the form of capitation each and every month, Honorable Speaker, is 185 million. The amount that is supposed to be paid in the form of salaries in any given month in Egerton University is 221. And hence, for almost the last 1 year, they have been paying 60% of the salaries because of the amount of capitation that we give them. It's a matter that we are trying to address as a government so that we see whether we can be able to improve the level of capitation from what it is now to the specific figure that they incur in each and every month. The other thing that we are trying to do, and I think we are coming to Egerton, because we have governance management issues with some of our universities. We have had several meetings with the vice chancellors, and I think we have agreed on the way forward. We have had meetings with the chairs, the chairmen, the chairpersons of university councils, and even the ones we have chosen ever since we came into this administration. We have undertaken a qualitative process. If our university is in your constituency and you find we have chosen people who are not up to the required standard, then come to me, particularly the ones I've done, because I do a lot of due diligence. The ones we have chosen in the 11 universities, I think there are men and women who are equal to the task, and they will be able to undertake the mandate of the university and bring our university and also regain the rustic glory of our university. Particularly what the honorable member for Kikuyu said, most of us went to their university, and you have seen I've made changes, and in that university there's a new chairperson and the new members of the council, but as others, if you go to Pwani universities, the caliber, the people we had in the councils, you get 22, 23, my friend knows. So we have had changes for the better, and I'm sure we will regain our rustic glory. We will be able to have quality education in our universities. Our Kenya National Examination Council, Honorable Speaker, it is this house which is going to assist me as a ministry to allocate the funds, because we have pending bills amounting to over 2 billion now, and I think in a supplementary one, we have made an appeal to this house to allocate the funds because we want to pay our examiners better. We want to pay our suppliers and our contractors. So kindly, we hope you will be able to consider and allocate us funds. Release of certificates, members, please help me, because we have made it very clear to our principals, because the Kenya National Examination Act makes it very clear that you cannot withhold a certificate for any other reason. So in case we have any such case, bring it to my attention and we will be able to take action, because there are those Kenyans, even once we issue directives, sometimes they don't respond in a way that they are supposed to. So kindly, in case you have any such cases, bring it to my attention or to my peers, and for sure we will be able to take action on the same. Yati Secondary School, honorable member, I think some of these cases have an open door policy. Members, you know that, and my peers here know that all of us in the midst of education, we have open door policy, such that any member of parliament coming, we will be able to engage. Whatever you want us to do as a ministry, we will be able to have it done. Thank you, honorable speakers.
Thank you very much. I now take this opportunity to thank you, Mr. Cabinet Secretary, for the time that you have taken in patiently explaining the answers to the members of parliament. Thank you and have a good evening. Next order.
Order number 9, special motion, consideration of nominee for appointment as the Governor of the Central Bank of Kenya.
Chairperson for Finance Committee.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that, taking into consideration the findings of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning, in its report on the vetting of the nominee for the appointment of the Governor of the Central Bank of Kenya, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, the 6th of June 2023, and pursuant to Section 13(1) of the Central Bank of Kenya Act, Cap 491, and Section 8(1) of the Public Appointments.
Hold on, honorable members, do allow the PS to go to the waiting room. You can engage him there.
And pursuant to Section 13(1) of the Central Bank of Kenya Act, Cap 491, and Section 8(1) of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act of 2011, that this House approves the appointment of Dr. Kamau Thuge, CBS, as the Governor of the Central Bank of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, the Central Bank, Article 231(1) of the Constitution of Kenya establishes the Central Bank of Kenya. The objects and functions of the Central Bank of Kenya are set out in Article 231(2) of the Constitution, read together with Sections 4A of the Central Bank of Kenya Act. The Bank, Honorable Speaker, shall be responsible for formulating monetary policy, promoting price stability, issuing currency, and performing other functions conferred on it by the Central Bank of Kenya as per Cap 491. Section 13 of the Central Bank of Kenya Act 491 establishes the office of the Governor, who shall be appointed by the President through a transparent and competitive process, and with the approval of the National Assembly. The Governor shall be the principal representative of the bank. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 13 of the Central Bank of Kenya Act, and the Public Service Commission invited applications from suitable candidates and qualified candidates to apply for the position of Governor of the Central Bank of Kenya. This advertisement was published in the print media on the Commission's and on the bank's website, on the Commission's website on 30th March 2023. The application period closed on the 19th of April 2023, with a total of 24 persons submitting their applications for consideration. 6 candidates, Honorable Speaker, were shortlisted on the 28th of April 2023, and the names of the shortlisted candidates were published in the print media and the Commission's website on the 3rd of May 2023. The advertisement, including an interview schedule and an invitation to the shortlisted candidates to attend interviews. The Commission conducted the interviews on the 9th of May. The chairperson of the Public Service Commission submitted the names of the candidates in order of merit for consideration of appointment to the position of the Governor of the Central Bank of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order number 42(1) of the National Assembly Standing Orders, the Speaker of the National Assembly conveyed a message to the House from His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya on the nomination of Dr. Kamau Thuge, CBS, for appointment as the Governor of the Central Bank of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, in accordance with the provision of Standing Order 42(3)(c) of the National Assembly, the Speaker referred the message to the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning for consideration. Honorable Speaker, the Clerk of the National Assembly placed an advertisement in local dailies on Friday, the 19th of May 2023, notifying and inviting the nominee and the public of the approval hearing on Tuesday, 30th of May 2023, in accordance with Section 6(3) of the Act. Further, Honorable Speaker, the notification invited members of the public to submit any information on the suitability of the nominee in accordance with Section 6(9) of the Public Appointment Parliamentary Approval Act. Honorable Speaker, Section 13 of the Central Bank of Kenya provides what the role of the Central Bank Governor does, and also provides the constitutional requirements for one to be considered as a qualified candidate for the Central Bank Governor. Honorable Speaker, for the record, the committee did conduct a vetting process for the nominee for the Central Bank Governor, Dr. Kamau Thuge, and were guided by the following statutes. 1, the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, number 33 of 2011, Chapter 6 of the Constitution on matters of leadership and integrity, the Leadership and Integrity Act, Cap 182, the Central Bank of Kenya Act, Cap 491, the Public Service and the Public Service Values Principles Act, number 1A of 2015, and Honorable Speaker, the Public Officer Ethics Act, Cap 183. Honorable Speaker, the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act of 33 of 2011, Section 7 provides for the issues which the National Assembly is supposed to consider in relation to the nomination. 1, the procedure used to arrive at the nominee. 2, the constitutional statutory requirements relating to the officer in question. And 3, the suitability of the nominee for the appointment proposed, having regard to whether the nominee's abilities, experiences, qualities meet the needs of the body to which the nomination is being made. Section 6 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act provides direction in the conduct of approval hearings, which are that the approval hearings shall focus on the candidate's academic credentials, professional training and experience, personal integrity, and background as per Section 6(7), Honorable Speaker. The criteria specified in the schedule shall be used by a committee during an approval hearing for the purposes of vetting a candidate as enshrined on Section 6(8) of the Act, Honorable Speaker. Any person prior to the approval hearing may, with their written statement on oath, provide the clerk evidence contesting the suitability of a candidate to hold the office to which the candidate has been nominated as per Section 6(9). A candidate may, Honorable Speaker, at any time by notice in writing, address to the clerk, withdraw the approval process, and candidate's nomination shall end as contained on Section 6(10), Honorable Speaker. The period for consideration of the nomination is spelled out on Article 6, on Section 8(1) of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, and that provides that the committee shall throw together the nomination and table their report to the House for debate and decision-making within 28 days from the date on which the notification of nomination was given. Section 9, Honorable Speaker, stipulates that where the Houses do not meet on the